Welcome to our YouTube channel dedicated to exploring the latest insights and opportunities in the world of finance and investments, with a special focus on currency revaluation, gold and silver investments, cryptocurrency, and make money online opportunities, and more. If you're interested in staying up to date on the latest developments in currency revaluation, particularly the Iraqi Dinar and other currencies, best to subscribe to this channel. Please note that the content on this YouTube channel is for informational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. We are not licensed financial advisors, and the opinions expressed on this channel are based on our own research and personal experience. We strongly recommend that you do your own research and consult with a licensed financial advisor. Also, just before we go any further, this channel has a weekly giveaway of 100 Dogecoin. To enter, all you have to do is be subscribed to this channel, like this video, and watch this video until the end, because if you don't, you will be automatically disqualified from the giveaway. We will be sharing the random hashtag keyword daily somewhere in the video, and then comment hashtag the keyword with no spaces in between in the comments section. Good luck! Today, in this video, we will share a short video of Dr. Shabibi, the former Central Bank of Iraq governor at U.S. Chamber of Commerce, Washington, D.C. back in 2011, where he answers a revaluation and redenomination by two attendees. But first, who is Dr. Sinan al-Shabibi? Sinan al-Shabibi is an Iraqi economist who served as the governor of the Central Bank of Iraq from 2003 to 2012. During his tenure, he implemented several measures to stabilize Iraq's economy, including restructuring the banking system and implementing strict monetary policies. He was known for his expertise in macroeconomic policy and was instrumental in securing Iraq's financial stability during a period of political instability and economic sanctions. Shabibi also gained attention for his plan to revalue the Iraqi dinar to boost the country's economy and attract foreign investment. Despite his achievements, he faced controversy and was eventually dismissed from his position in 2012. Now, let's proceed with the interview of Dr. Shabibi. Enjoy.
Name and your affiliation.
My name is John Weissenring from Arlington, Virginia. With respect to the ongoing need for stability in Iraq and its exchange rate, would it not follow that there's a direct need for a potential revaluation of the currency to induce both domestic and foreign investment in Iraq? And with regard to that, how far do you believe that we are from a potential revaluation of the Iraqi currency?
Well, even if I know the answer, I cannot tell you. But the thing is, no, I think the question is all, you cannot have an economist saying without the answer, it depends, you know. So the question here is actually a revaluation which really is going to depend on to what extent we are going to continue let us say, controlling inflation. As you know, I don't know if you go to the central bank law, you will see, it's in the website, you will see the first objective is maintaining price stability. So there is a little bit of inflation in Iraq. I mean, it's now, it used to be 2% or 3%, now it's about 5%. But we are watching that very carefully. If this inflation continues, we will have to revisit. It's more than revisiting, I cannot say. We are going to revisit the question of exchange rate because, I mean, revaluation, I mean, depends on inflation. Of course, I mean, you know, the other factors that determine the movement in currencies are a lot. I mean, some kind we look at trade, I mean, exports and imports and all your obligations and the balance of payment and all these things. Definitely, no doubt, you look at those. But those are problems relating with more with the development part of the economy. The question of maintaining price stability is really something you see the inflation and all these things, because nobody else in the economy is concerned with inflation. I mean, the government, when it put its budget, I mean, the government is spender and the central bank is saver. So it's not very important for them to mention and to concentrate on inflation. So actually the question here that we are going to track and follow the development in inflation first, and of course other factors which I mentioned second, and then we will determine our exchange rate movement.
Thank you, Governor. This may be the same question, so I can understand if you can't answer it, but I've heard a report that...
Have your name, please?
Oh, my name is Bob Kelly. I am an investor in Iraq, the Summit Hotel in the International Zone with the OPIC financing. But I've heard a report that just in the last couple of days that Iraq is about to cut 3 zeros off of the currency, and that they call that redenomination. That may be the same question that you just received, but I wondered if you had any information about that.
Well, I mean, I don't know whether it's the same question. I think this cutting 3 zeros it has, of course, it shouldn't be exaggerated, actually, the problem. I mean, the question is just redenomination, and I mean, people, of course, you see a lot of people that writing a lot of articles in the newspapers, I mean, criticizing the central bank that is going to, the value of the Iraqi dinar is going to depreciate or something, all kind of talk. I mean, this is a question just actually to facilitate payment, facilitate actually ease of counting and all these things. And of course, I mean, when you see now a lot of figures, I mean, you see trillions or huge figures actually. When if you want to be precise, you put about 12 figures or for 15 figures and all these things, 15 digits or something. So I think we have a plan on that. And you remember why there was no actually a government decree to add these zeros. They happened actually because of the course of development of the economy at the beginning of the 80s. I mean, just inflation was very high. Inflation was rampant, and therefore, I mean, small notes and these things were actually started not to be used on these things. So government started to add the 3 zeros and these things, and at the time, and of course, conditions are different now. Inflation under control, exchange rate is managed by the central bank, all these things. When you had actually the zeros, you could not manage, not of course because of the fault of the government or the central bank, which I think there was, but I think the question is that because there were a lot of exogenous factors. I mean, we're not saying that we are champions now. I mean, there were actually a lot of external factors which affected actually the behavior of all economic stakeholders. And therefore, actually, a lot of people didn't know actually what to do. They have started to add 3 zeros and all these things. So now, actually, the situation is completely different from that time. You had a high inflation, you have now a low inflation. You had actually something which is a stable macroeconomic situation. I mean, at the time, actually, the situation was not stable. So the only way to combat all of these things at the time is to increase the denomination and put 3 zeros. I think to bring back the Iraqi dinar where actually 3 zeros are removed. And of course, this will have gone hand in hand with monitoring of the exchange rate and all these things, and you will see. I think now it is probably. I mean, we are studying that. Not studying. We have decided actually on that. But when to implement that, to remove all these 3 zeros is very soon. But of course, this requires not only the central bank activity. It requires, because I mean, it's something you have to make a lot of propaganda, a lot of advertisement campaign and all these things, and you have, of course, to go probably a campaign to educate a lot of people on these things. So I think it needs a lot of help from the government, from many people in the government, especially the security forces. And we hope that security forces become less busy with the violence issue so that they can devote time for us.
That concludes the interview of Dr. Shabibi. In the interview from 2011, Dr. Sinan al-Shabibi discusses the potential revaluation of the Iraqi dinar and the removal of 3 zeros from the currency. He explained that the central bank's main objective is to maintain price stability and control inflation, which stands at 5% at that time. The decision to reevaluate the currency was dependent on the development of inflation and other factors like trade, exports, imports, and balance of payments. Regarding the removal of 3 zeros, Dr. al-Shabibi clarifies that it is not a devaluation, but a redenomination which aims to facilitate payments and ease of counting. The decision to add the 3 zeros was taken during the high inflation period in the 82nds, and now, with inflation under control, it is not necessary to have the extra zeros. Dr. al-Shabibi assures that the exchange rate is managed by the central bank, and the removal of 3 zeros will not cause any depreciation in the value of the Iraqi dinar. This interview suggests that the removal of 3 zeros and revaluation of the dinar is not a political decision, but an economic one based on the current inflation rate and the overall economic situation in Iraq. The removal of 3 zeros will facilitate transactions and ease the counting of large numbers. It is the right time for this project as inflation is under control and the central bank is managing the exchange rate. The removal of 3 zeros and revaluation of the dinar is expected to benefit the Iraqi economy and promote international trade. Before ending with this video, the hashtag keyword for the 100 Dogecoin giveaway is international. You can be the lucky winner if you like, subscribe, and watch the main content of this video. This will be for this Sunday's giveaway, and the winner will be announced in one of the Sunday's videos, so you do not want to miss it. I hope you enjoy this content. What are your thoughts of this video, and how Iraq back in 2011 did plan to revaluate the dinar? However, due to security, stability of the exchange rate, and inflation, it wasn't the right time. We have been posting many breaking news educating the Iraqi citizens about the financial inclusions and the ongoing monetary reforms. Do you think we are close this time? We will have more videos coming up shortly supporting the changes taking place in Iraq, so you don't want to miss them. Also, please drop a comment below with hashtag and the keyword and let us know what you think. If you like this content and like to support this channel, please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you get notified when new videos are uploaded. See you on the next one. Bye.